All right, everybody. So, welcome to the Strength Center. This is not the Strength Center sessions. No. This is our community spotlight. Bringing back the community spotlight. Yay, get excited. I see the jump for joys. Calm down, people. All right. So, we're going to tell you what Devron and RDI have been able to partner together to do, which is awesome. But first, I want him to tell a little bit of his story. What is his business about? What is his process and journey been about? And hopefully that inspires some of you guys to get out there and to do what you love to do and what really makes you come alive. So without further ado, I'm talking too much, Devron. Help me out. Tell me, what's the story?
Grew up playing football, basketball, baseball. That was it.
But you were always into sports, into football, basketball, baseball, doing your thing. And so you and your brother played together, or?
Well, we're 5 years apart.
Okay.
So what actually started me training was he ran into an issue with the school. He wasn't sure if he would get his year back. And I wrote a letter to the NCAA trying to get his year back. So with that being said, we wrote the letter, we sent it off to the NCAA. It just took some time. So we wasn't sure if he would get his year back or not. So we started training for the NFL.
Okay.
So I flew him out here he was out here for 2 weeks, spent 2 weeks, and his improvement was remarkable. Like it was the first time for me to actually see someone, see the changes in such short period of time.
Wow.
But that kind of got me started. And then the NCAA, they responded back to the letter, and they granted him an additional year.
Wow.
So
all from the letter that you wrote.
And it was like from there, I was left in a hard place because I was actually training. I was currently training to go play another year of arena football.
Okay.
And I had the Oklahoma Yard Dogs. I was going to go out there, and it was go out there or put that opportunity on the back burner and help your brother. Okay. So that's what I did. I helped my brother, and then, real life started to kick in.
Yeah, it tends to do that every once in a while. Yeah.
But so that's what started me, and I started my own training company called Performance Athletics, and then I partnered with Travell Games here, and we opened up Athletic Games. And so partnering with him it really opened my eyes to always having a why, always having a reason to why you're doing something. So it's not about you can do 1,000 different exercises, but why are you doing these exercises? And so, everything with us is all about improving performance. Like I always tell the kids, focus on getting 1% better every day. Because at the end of the day, if we're chopping away at that block of ice, we're going to sculpt that ice exactly how we want it.
I like that. Sculpt the ice, chop the block.
Chop the block.
All right.
Put the work in. So
you work primarily with youth to do what? Accomplish what goal?
So everything I do for the youth, it's really giving them something that I didn't have. So growing up as a kid in Richmond, California, we didn't have a lot of, there's 1,000,001 trainers now. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, there was not one trainer. So I have a big passion to give back to the youth, just providing them with the opportunities that really I didn't have. I was a pretty good athlete myself, but we didn't have that direction, so we didn't know anything about how to land. We didn't know anything about loading the muscles and exploding. We were just athletes. We played football every day. We played basketball every day. We played baseball every day. Nowadays, kids, you have to make them go outside. Back in our days, you couldn't get us to stay in the house.
Yeah, that's right.
So it is a pleasure to work with the youth and to give them, I want to put all of my knowledge into them. So it's just putting them in the best position possible to make the best play in their field of sport.
Tell us a little bit about what you and your students have been able to accomplish. Maybe schools, sports, levels of championship. Things that you've kind of been able to have an impact on when it comes to people making that play or making that team or even achieving that championship.
One in particular right now, Isabel Riley. She plays soccer at USC. She is I think she'll be a redshirt freshman or redshirt sophomore. I'm not sure how they're doing this year with the COVID and everything. But, she verbally committed her sophomore year. That's when we first started training, and, she's out there. I just had another kid, Fabian Ross. He just verbally committed to USC. He plays football at Bishop Gorman right now. Is if I can help them get to whatever school they want to, even if it's not the school they ultimately want to go to, but you're going to school for free. You're having the opportunity to better yourself individually and personally.
Yeah.
And being able to greater yourself as a person and somebody that's getting ready to indulge themselves into society.
Yeah.
But so at the end of the day, like, I want to build confidence. I want them to come in and have fun, and just like I tell them, like, I want this place you're training. This is where you put all the hard work in. Everything out there should be fun. That's how it was for me. One thing a coach cannot teach is that hard work. Like, a lot of kids aren't active, and it's not them, it's not their parents, it is society.
Culture is kind of
it's
shifted.
a culture. It's so
right. All the computer stuff.
Yeah. So you have so many kids that are indulged in you got TikTok, you got
social media of every kind.
Everything that's keeping everybody like this. Whereas us growing up, we spent all the time in the streets playing football, playing throw up tackle, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Anything to stay active. Whereas these kids have to be pushed to be active. But it's like I have a group that I've been working with for the past month, and I am super, super amazed about these two kids. The first day is always hard because you don't know what to expect, and it's something new. And then because I always focus on details matters the most. Quality over quantity all the time. That we train linear, we train lateral, change the direction. So it's just putting kids in the best possible position to make the best play at any given time.
So you seem to, because you kind of understand the scholarship part, you understand the school part, you understand the dynamics of that. You've also, correct me if I'm wrong here, but you seem like you've kind of become almost like an advocate as well.
Absolutely.
Where you're, hey, I got your back. Let's help you get here. You know what I mean?
Well, simply because I didn't have the guidance. I made the decision to go to junior college. When it was time to get myself recruited, I did my own recruiting.
Gotcha.
I got myself scouted. I ended up going to West Texas A&M, fresh out of junior college. But like I said, I didn't have the guidance. So anything that I know, I'm more than willing to share with any of these young athletes. Because at the end of the day, as a young athlete, all you know how to do is train for the off season, get ready for the off season, play.
Yeah.
You may not know the ins and outs about what it takes to get to that 4 year. Nowadays, a lot of kids are getting scholarships from club sports.
Okay.
So they're not even getting the scholarships from a lot of the schools. You have kids that are phenomenal in the flag football, and they're catching the vision of certain coaches that's out there. They may be coming to see this one kid and may see 5 other kids.
Yeah.
So it's because technology, it's like everything has advanced. Technology, of course, and then just recruiting. Yeah. Recruiting has advanced in itself because, like I said, you don't have to be at your high school to get recruited now. Full ride.
And so, one of the things here is there are so many people that have, kids that, you know, you want to get them active, you want to get them outside. You know, from what I'm hearing, club sports is a great way to get them active, to get them involved with a community, with, you know, a team, get them, you know, healthy. And then two, you know, you never know what you're setting that kid up for.
Right. Exactly.
You know? And so if this is something that, you know, you're thinking about for your son, for your daughter, definitely reach out to us. Let us know. We want to help. We want to make sure that, you know, kids are set up for success, man. And that's something that you are doing. In fact, we were able to kind of partner together.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And help somebody out. Tell us a little bit about that partnership and what we were able to do.
So, just recently, partnered with RDI, and any kid that may find it, you know, have a little financial difficulties, RDI has been willing to help, and I think that is very, very uplifting to the community, especially dealing in a time that we're dealing with the pandemic, and everything is different right now, but something like what RDI is doing is definitely something that can uplift the community, and I definitely appreciate you guys for that.
Oh, it's an honor. You know, watching you work with the kids is just awesome, and seeing what you're able to accomplish with them, it breaks your heart to, you know, think that a kid could make it to that, you know, go from JV to varsity, or make it onto that club team, or make it even into that school just by working with you, having some sessions and getting even a different mindset from you could change their life. And if we can come alongside and do that, I mean, it's something that we're super excited to be able to do.
And that is super awesome. And it's just like, just going back on what you just said, I received a message last night. Seen a kid post a picture. He plays college baseball right now at Purdue. And I worked with him when I started working, he was in the 6th grade. And it's crazy because it's funny because when we first met, the kid was here. Like I said, 6th grade. And now, of course, the kid is bigger than me. But no, it is very touching when you have one of the kids say that back to you, like, hey, I want you to know that I'm here solely because of you.
Wow.
Like, you know, all that work we did when I was in the 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, all in the high school, like, you're the reason that I'm here. And, you know, like, for him to say that, and you know, like, he's not the only kid who has said that. So it is very touching, but, you know, like, it makes me feel like I'm doing something right. And if I can help one kid at a time, I feel like I'm doing my part.
Well,
and then for the kids to find that success, and, you know, like, hey, bro, like, I just want you to know, like, you're the reason I'm here.
Wow.
It feels good.
Well, and it should. You're doing amazing work. It's so awesome to, you know, have the opportunity to sit down, we're standing up here, to have the opportunity to work with you, to talk with you, and even just to see you as we're training and see the work that you do. So again, folks, reach out to Devron, reach out to me. Let me know. Let us know if your kids want to do something like this, if your kids want to get active and want to make it to that next level in their sport, or maybe they're trying to get started and they need somebody to inspire them to, you know, go to that next level.
You can reach out to me via email, devron_j@yahoo.com. Phone number, 510-932-3359. Or you can access me by Instagram, devronjohnson_.
And with the Instagram, you'll see some awesome stuff with the work that you're doing with the kids. You'll see some different things. You can always look at that and see what kind of work is being done, and how these kids are going from one level to the next. Love it, man. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Appreciate you. And hey, you guys, don't let him fool you. He is an athlete himself. He's doing seated box jumps. Don't let him fool you. Don't let him fool you.